Talon, do you know her? At Cara's question, the atmosphere turned undeniably awkward. Aria felt utterly humiliated. Talon was about to say something sharp and cruel, but Ethan Sinclair interrupted with a light laugh. Aria Delacroix is a friend of mine, of course Talon knows her. Don't worry, little sister-in-law, Talon is loyal to you through and through. Ethan glanced sideways at Talon, his eyes carrying a mocking glint. Talon's expression darkened, but he said nothing, leading Cara to their table. After they left, Ethan turned back to Aria with a grin. For such a big city, we sure seem to run into Talon a lot. Next time, I'll pick somewhere less conspicuous so you won't have to deal with this mess. Aria sighed and spoke softly. There's no need to avoid him deliberately. We've broken up. I'm not going to spend my life hiding. Besides, I wasn't the one who did anything wrong. Ethan's eyebrows twitched slightly. I'm heading to the restroom. Go ahead and start eating if the food arrives. Aria didn't think much of it and nodded, focusing on her phone to confirm class schedules with a few parents. But 10 minutes passed and Ethan still hadn't returned. Then came the sharp sound of a woman's scream from the restroom area. The upscale restaurant erupted into chaos. Aria rushed over, only to see Ethan and Talon locked in a physical fight. Blood stained the white-tiled floor, and Talon glared at Ethan with uncontained fury. An hour later, all four of them, 2 men and 2 women, were sitting in a detention center. Ethan and Talon had been charged with public disturbance and fighting. Cara was on the phone, her voice trembling with worry and her tone pleading. Brother, Talon got into a fight. We're at the detention center. Please come quickly. Talon's injured. Aria's head buzzed. What? Xavier Ashford was coming? Cara hung up, her attention fully on Talon as she tended to his injuries. Your lips busted. Ethan, you were way too rough. Ethan winced dramatically, a fresh bruise forming on his cheek. Cara's irritation melted into sweetness as she scolded Talon playfully. Talon, Ethan's one of us. Fighting like this. You've just given Ms. Delacroix something to laugh about. How is Ethan supposed to pursue her now? Talon lit a cigarette, his eyes cold as he glared at Ethan. He remembered their earlier confrontation in the smoking area. Talon, you've broken up with Aria. You won't mind if I pursue her, right? If I don't go after her, someone else will. You can't have both the pot and the ladle. Talon sneered bitterly. How naive. Aria, oblivious to these undercurrents, was terrified at the thought of facing Xavier. She wasn't in a position to offend someone like Xavier Ashford. She quietly searched for an escape route, but Ethan clung to her arm. Aria, you'll have to take me to the hospital later. Look at my face, it's ruined. Aria sighed in exasperation. Just then, the sound of footsteps echoed down the hallway. Aria instinctively looked up. It was Xavier. He was impeccably dressed in a classic tailored suit, his presence exuding authority and elegance. He didn't even glance their way as he spoke to the officer. I'm here to bail out Ethan and Talon. The officer nodded respectfully, offering a cigarette. Attorney Ashford, apologies for troubling you with such a minor incident. But it seems to have been a dispute over a woman. Xavier's gaze finally shifted to Aria. Today she wore a white silk blouse and a fishtail skirt. Elegant and modest, yet quietly alluring. Cara interjected quickly. Brother, it wasn't about a woman. Ethan was just teasing Talon. Xavier said nothing and finished the paperwork. As Ethan tried to leave with Aria, Xavier exhaled a cloud of smoke and said coolly, Ethan, you go ahead. I need a word with Ms. Delacroix.